What's up, buddies? Welcome to a quick FIFA 20 icons reveal, but more specifically like a state of the union for FIFA 20 Ultimate Team and all the news and craziness that's happened within the last 24 hours, even 48 hours, that I think at least a lot of people within my community aren't really on the up and up with. So what I wanted to cover here so far today was obviously all the icons. As you can see, a little bit of a hint, well, not a hint, but knowledge of what icons now are officially all going to be within the game. Lots of really exciting stuff there for me to cover at the very least, but also there is a lot of news going on right now, and not even news anymore. That's just straight up, well, facts, whatever you want to call it, of FIFA 20 being out, or people having FIFA 20. So I want to go into great detail about the insanity of FIFA 20 being in people's hands. In certain parts of Spain, you can just go into stores and buy FIFA 20. Doesn't seem like EA is really policing it. And even worse is that now there's hundreds of people playing FIFA 20, getting a massive leg up on everybody else within the whole FUT community. But there's a bunch of repercussions of FIFA 20 being out now, but not for like me or you guys, right? For those of us that are imbecilic enough to pre-order the super expensive version of FIFA so that we can play it 3 days early on the 24th, for those of us that are paying EA a monthly amount to get EA access to play the game for barely 10 hours on the 19th of September, all of the extra payments that we're making to get the game a little bit earlier than people, and there's people, a lot of people now, on the 3rd of September playing the game fully, is ridiculous. So I'm going to give you guys my thoughts and my deep dive analysis, if you will, on what they should do. Long story short of that, if you don't want to wait till 5 or 10 minutes into the video, is just turn off the servers for FIFA Ultimate Team 20. That's all you got to do. It's just absolutely completely idiotic and unfair that you're charging people to get the game early, and there's people now that are just playing the game and getting a massive advantage on getting players cheap and all of that stuff. Specifically, the fact that people are EA are charging people to play the game early when you can just get it early for the cost of the game right now is outrageous, to the point where there are content creators flying to Spain right now to get the game. I don't blame them. Why wouldn't you? For a content creator to spend $1,000 or whatever to get the game 3 weeks early, it's absolutely worth it. They're going to get a massive leg up on content. Now, I guess we're going to get into this FIFA 20 being released early for people before we get into the icons and the state of the union on the icons. I really want to get into this stuff, especially talking about Zizou and his card just being out, and then the question mark cards, of course, that kind of shows us that icons are going to be released, prime icon moments are going to be released. But my one thought of just turning off the servers, the Ultimate Team servers, until the 19th of September. I know there's a lot of people, maybe even at EA, that are saying, if they watch this, like, hey, dude, we need to test the game. We need to test the servers. Well, last year is the same thing. We had the servers up and running for 19 to test them. Well, fair, but they got to do something. Whether they reset people's accounts, and if they bought FIFA points, they just get reset and they get their FIFA points back, let's say, come the 19th. That would be one way to do it, right? So people that have the game early either way are cheating. I understand, though, the repercussions of if those people spent FIFA points, open packs, got a bunch of coins, and you just reset everything and didn't give them back their FIFA points. That would be horrible. That would be technically stealing from your own user base. So it would make sense to just reset everybody's accounts on the 19th of September and then give people back the FIFA points that they may have spent because they just thought they were like invisible, or, you know, or they wouldn't get hit by that. That would be the first thing to do. Second thing to do, and then they could just keep the servers open now, right? And do all the testing. So if anything, that's probably the best thing that they should do with FIFA 20 Ultimate Team. But worst comes to worst, they could just turn off the servers and then fire up the servers when they want to do their little bit of testing here and there. That would be the other way. Although I do absolutely think that the first option would be the best. So without further ado, if you are lucky enough to live in Spain or in, I think it's Gibraltar as far as I know, where you're able to get the copies of FIFA 20 already. If you live there, I guess congrats, lucky you. And if you live in and around the area, if you're willing to fly in, or if you're a content creator and you live anywhere near that area and it's not too expensive for you, yeah, it's probably going to make sense for you to go do that. So God bless, enjoy yourselves. I am part of the plebby crew that has to wait till the 19th of September to get my hands on FIFA 20, but hey, it's always been like that, at least for me. I never get any like preferential treatment from EA, or I never get the game early or anything like that. I'm just like all of you guys. At the end of the day, I get to enjoy the game when it's officially out. So moving on to, I guess, the meat and bones of what I wanted to talk about for those of you guys that have been living under a rock for the last 24 or 48 hours. Kind of like me, I just got my kids going back to school, so I've been like busy with like real life kids back to school and dealing with them going to classes and sorting out their classes. That I got home today and saw this, and I had to tweet like, I guess this ZIDANE is going to be our first purchase on the Rich Man account. I had no idea. Apparently they dropped this through like the middle of the night, and I think that has to do with people getting the game of FIFA 20 early. I believe these icon stat drops, they had a big plan for this, dudes. I think they were going to do similar to what they did last year, where it was like a daily drop, maybe like the you know, top 10 or 10 highest rated players, or from top 100 to 0 or whatever every single day. And I think they're probably going to drop like an icon each day to get people hyped up. But unfortunately, with people playing their bloody game, ratings leaks are all over the map. So I understand that I could make quite a bit more money here, both for, let's say, for YouTube and specifically even on stream, if I just went over in great detail all the stats and ratings of players. I know there's big content creators out there, guys that are part of the Game Changer Network, that are talking about all these leaks, making videos on all these leaks of the player ratings. I know that unfortunately for me, and this is not me complaining, this is just facts, I have to play by a different rule set to every other content creator. If I were to sit there and go through all the leaks of the ratings, EA have basically a target on my back, to the point where they would just try and shut down my channel, or strike down the videos and stuff like that, whereas most other people, they'll just turn a blind eye to it. So for me, I won't go over it, because as far as I know, that is terms of service breach, NDA breach, all of that stuff. So I'm not going to touch it, but I will say, if you know where to look, pretty much all the player ratings are out. So I would assume even within the next little bit of making this icon / state of FIFA 20 Ultimate Team video, I'd be very shocked if within the next 24 hours EA just don't release the full database, or start with the top 100 highest rated players, you know, from 100 all the way down to like Messi or Ronaldo or whatever. How could they not? The whole database is basically all over Twitter, all over YouTube, all over everywhere. So here's hoping they do that, so that you guys don't have to like go to ulterior means to get the ratings, and EA just get it all done. So moving on, now that we can cover the icons again, because I think FIFA 20 is out for a lot of people, let's get into it. For the Rich Man account, obviously this is like target numero uno outside of Dino and Hullet. This ZIDANE, man, like that 96 rated card, especially at least on the Rich Man account, how can I not? This was his World Cup, the 98 World Cup, where I sat with my cousins and watched this game and watched ZIDANE tear it up, the final, etc. The 98 World Cup final. So this one, for like, not that ZIDANE was my favorite player of all time, not at all. Just the fact that having this card brings me back to like that young teenage year of sitting down with all my cousins and watching that game pan out on television with all like my Lebanese family in the background. It was like just a big moment, right? So I'm very excited about that, and a card definitely we're gonna chase for the Rich Man account alongside Dino and Ruud Hullet. Now, a quick tidbit for you guys here, or note for you guys, is this question mark. So you guys saw my State of the Union video, which, not even State of the Union, but my I don't even know how to describe this without like roasting myself here, but like my demands to EA to be honest about the icon moments. Now where is it? Here it is. Right here for you guys. So, well, you can't see it now. Alan, thank you for purchasing an F Cancer shirt. All of the profits going to the BC Cancer Foundation for the 40-hour charity stream for cancer research. Thank you. I love you, brother. Appreciate you. So, attention EA, we need transparency. Transparency for FIFA 20 Prime Icon Moment cards. Now, making this video had such a positive reaction from people, and basically I just said, like, hey guys, you can't hide this icon stuff, like the moment stuff. You either got to give us the information from the start of the game, or you just can't release them. Shinto, thank you for buying an F Cancer shirt. I love you, bro. I appreciate you. All profits going to cancer research. So they did exactly that with this simple graphic. So this is basically telling us that at some point in time they will start or have or launch the Prime Icon Moments promotion, similar to what they did in FIFA 19, but instead of just dropping it out of nowhere, we now have some sort of, and this is all that we would have asked for. This is it. This is it. I just didn't want secrets and that graphic to not be there, and we just for the next 3 months or 4 months of FIFA 20 have to guess and always be worried with our cards dropping in value because icon moments might or might not come out. Now at least we have an understanding that there will be something like that, and you can build and buy and grind or do whatever you want with the knowledge that at some point in time you're gonna have to be ready for the icon moments, either plummeting the price of your icons or maybe raising the price of your icons if they're near impossible to get, right? That's the two ways things can go. So either way, we're gonna chase that 96 Zidane, try and get him as early as we can, and then if and when the icon moments come out, if it really is like a big dog increase, like that Prime Dino to the Prime Moments Dino is such a sick upgrade that on the Rich Man account this year, I'm definitely going to get that card, right? For the end game dream team on that account, I definitely want to get that Dino. I would assume for the Zidane, it would be the same thing. The next question though is, for these icons that are getting released, let me show you guys two more. For these icons being released, are we getting all of these icons at the same time? Have they mentioned it? Not really, right? Are they gonna do like a staggered drop of icons to match like the power curve of FIFA 20? Or are we gonna get very similar to this year where all three of these icons, right, the baby, the mid, and the prime, are out within packs right away, and then they drop the prime icon moments in like, what did they do last year out of nowhere? It was like February or January. They dropped the icon moments thing, which was such a disaster, but I think they did it then. So I feel like they'll probably put all of this stuff in packs, and then come January, February, or March or whatever, the moments will come out. Now, a lot of people, a lot of traders, a lot of different people are saying that what they think they'll do is icon SBCs won't be out until the moments cards, and then we'll just get moment SBCs. So you'll have the packable versions of all the primes, and then the moments being as an SBC. However, I see where those people are coming from in saying that, but I really would be shocked if EA turned down the chance of just getting so many more FIFA point sales from putting a Prime Zidane in packs and being able to advertise that, like all the Prime moment cards and available now in packs. That would create so much hype that I would be shocked if they went the route of just SBC moment cards. Nevertheless, for those of you guys that are excited, I don't really care too much about Pep Guardiola in terms of getting into my team, but hey, it's another good card. It's another fun, usable card. Cards like this, I think, are going to be cards that we're going to try and achieve more so on the 2-hour-a-day Poor Man Road to Glory that we're going to be doing every single day. That maybe is like an end game type of card that we want to work towards. On the Rich Man account, though, I will be testing out these Pep Guardiola cards. Thank you for ordering an F Cancer shirt. I'm not entirely sure who that was, but God bless you. I appreciate you. Thank you. And then Ronald Koeman is another one, though, that looks really, really good, man. Like that 91 card. How about starting the game off with Koeman and Van Dijk, dude? Getting those strong links in between the two, maybe going with an Edwin van der Sar, or I guess if maybe he's still a god tier goalkeeper, which he should be this year, right? I mean, Alisson basically had the best year out of all keepers in the last year, especially by winning the UEFA, what was it? The keeper of the year through, that would be the Champions League. So either way, Alisson or Van der Sar might be a sick little trifecta with Koeman on the Rich Man account, not necessarily the Poor Man account this year, but Koeman looking amazing and very, very usable. And I know a lot of people, I want to say this real quick. Let's look at the next two. I know a lot of people look at these baby cards thinking of Essien and thinking of Zambrotta, although the 86 Zambrotta looks good. A lot of people look at the baby cards and say, oh, these are terrible and whatever. We all look at that from the hardcore grinding aspect of FUT, where we're all super dedicated to the game. We all spend, whether it's money and time or a lot of money or a lot of time, and we just have these god clubs where a baby Essien within a month or two is completely useless. But I'm just food for thought for you guys. What I'm excited about for this 2-hour-a-day Poor Man Road to Glory is I'm gonna become the casual on that account, where a baby Essien could be something that I work towards within a month or two. And that could be the first exciting card we get on the account, right? Like, and we need to understand that like 60, 70, 80, maybe even 90% of the Ultimate Team community are the 2 hour a day poor man road to glory people, where they don't have time within a month to have like a God Club, so that SCN isn't good, right? So I'm just putting that out there, where I know a lot of people say the baby cards, even a lot of the mid-range cards, just are trash, but I genuinely think those are the types of cards that we could see me using on the 2 hour a day poor man account that I'm very, very excited about. Like that, dude, even that baby, or sorry, not baby, but low SCN looks incredible. And I would assume based off of work rates and whatnot, he's going to be fantastic. Zambrata, nice to have another wingback added into the game. So very, very excited about that. And that takes us into another setup. Look at these two. Now, for those of you guys, you know, hardcore fans of different teams, of different eras of football, you're going to be excited about both these two. I don't really care in any way about Dalglish or Barnes, but I think they're going to be fun. I would assume Barnes is going to be like the 5-star skiller type of thing, right? Maybe not with the best weak foot. You know, Dalglish looks... That 92 Dalglish looks incredible as well as a card. So I think on the Rich Man account, again, this is going to be 2 card sets that I'll test out. We'll do like a weekend league squad builder around Dalglish, let's say in Barnes, and then I'll let you guys know, like for your accounts, whether or not this is something you want to grind towards or work towards. And I guess if you're a super fan of Barnes or Dalglish, either way, you're going to get them. But I'll give you guys my thoughts on those cards. Just not something that will like stay in my dream team either way. But nice to have new players into the world. Now I know Nep's really excited. 89. What are we saying? What was Nep's thoughts about an 89 Ian Wright? Huh? An 89 pace? Okay, well his baby version did have the high pace, which is interesting. What do you guys think? Again, not someone I necessarily obsessed about or watched too much. Rush is a cool one, man. I do like Rush. That's a pretty sweet one. Bit too low for Wright, 90-91. Well, when you look at like Drogba though and stuff like that being his rating, I don't know, maybe Ian Wright is in regards to how they're rating out the players this year, maybe Wright is going to make sense. And the cool thing too is though, you're going to have that moment, right? So that could be a 90, but if they want, I guess they could make it a 91 or 92 if they really wanted to go for the sales. Yeah, the dribbling for Wright is a bit odd too, but it is what it is. Rush, I think, could be cool. Again, 2 players that I'll test out and use and let you guys know what I think in terms of their actual cards, but not necessarily guys that make it into my dream team. Now, Sanchez is 92 card. Hugo Sanchez is 92 card, bro. I gotta say, the one thing that makes me excited about having more dynamic and different icon cards in the game is, on the Rich Man account, we can just put together these incredible past and present squads, man, and with so much more diversity. Past and present Mexico team, you know, past and present Barcelona, or past and present Brazil teams. Like, these additions to me are exciting for fun squad builders. But that Sanchez card, man, okay, incredible. Basically the right wing version of Ronaldinho as well. To those of you guys in the EU and the UK, do you pronounce this Garinka as well? Garinka? Is that what you guys pronounce it or announce it as well? It's the only way I've ever heard his name mentioned. Garincha? Excited count 33. Either way, this card, yeah, probably deserves 99 dribbling. I think it's going to be a fun card on the right side to use. For me, on the Rich Man account, come Team of the Year, the only person that's going to be in that setup and in that area is going to be Team of the Year Leo Messi. But until then, this guy looks like he could be absolutely fantastic to use. Why no difference between mid and prime? I mean, there is a difference. You just mean straight up pace. Not a big difference between the two, but then again, once the Moments card comes out, that'll just put all of that to bed. This is a card, these two right here, Carlos Alberto and specifically Didier Drogba, in terms of my fanboyness, is someone I'm going to use, man. Take me back to FIFA 11 with that like 92 man of the match orange Drogba, one of the rarest cards in the game. I think it was FIFA 11 or FIFA 12. So I loved using that card. It was incredible. I think it's really going to come down to like weak foot skill moves and stuff and what EA get, especially balance and agility for Drogba too. But I'm excited to test this card out. And you know what, man? Until we get a Team of the Year Ronaldo, I think this Drogba could be our striker in the Rich Man account. For sure. I mean, either way, I'm going to test him out for a good couple of weekend league runs and see whether or not he's the type of player that I want. But that's awesome. And then again, the more wingbacks, and even that baby center back version, bro. My God, that card is good. Look at, genuinely, just look at that card. This is gonna be a million coin card, easy. Easy. So I'm really amped about testing all of these cards out, but specifically Alberto and Drogba are up there for me. Pirlo, I was so excited about, and then the stats, I'm just like, yeah, por qué? I kind of get it, but then at the same time, it makes me sad. Also, a bit annoying too. I've seen some players, okay, this is one thing, and you guys will remember this. I want to end it here because I want to call EA out on this, and they better not do this, or they better update this as time progresses, because this Pirlo picture alone already kind of makes me irritated, and you'll know why once I explain it out. The reason that they come out with 3 separate cards, right, is you get an icon in 3 separate stages of their career. Perfectly exemplified is Ronaldinho, right? Ronaldinho's cards are all different, and it's mirrored in game, where Dino's old card is actually a proper built version of his old look. Dino's prime card is Dino with that amazing ponytail that as a kid I remember just watching him tear through La Liga and tear through international football with that ponytail flying in the background, and they did it perfectly in FIFA. However, with 80% of the other icons, all 3 of them were just one card, and it just is so annoying. I think Patrick Vieira is the best example. Patrick Vieira's prime card is on the field, the dynamic image of his like old version at Man City, like, you know. And I know to some of you guys that are maybe casuals, you might not care about that, or you might listen to what I'm saying right now and be like, dude, really? Are you complaining about that? But yes, I am. I think that's one of the things. Ruud Gullit is another one, just the same card across all of them. I mean, pretty much everybody is that, right? Like, another good example, Baby Kluivert, which is such a sick card, is literally, you get represented Baby Kluivert, and then you go on the field and it's like a 50-year-old Patrick Kluivert. This baby version. That's just dumb. I'm sorry. And what I'm seeing here is Pirlo could be along the same lines. Like, if we're showing his prime card, which is that, you know, that shaved, slightly sexied up, you know, a little bit longer, wispier hair Pirlo, why not develop that card into that card instead of having what seems to be here, just him in his, you know, New York, whatever, MLS days on every single one of his cards. And I don't want to see that. I'm hoping, for example, for Drogba, it's 3 different looks. Maybe there's a lot of you guys, it doesn't really matter, but to me, I mean, wouldn't you want Sanchez with that bigger, poofier hair, and then the older version and then like Rush with a mustache, and then like a shaved Rush, and then like a long, dude, little things like that are absolutely paramount and needed to be added into the game, not just the marquee players. Like, I would assume that Ian Wright is just going to look like that for every single one of his cards, and I think that's asinine. What they did with Rio Ferdinand is fantastic. Every single one of Ferdinand's cards are a different look to all of his other cards, and I think that is amazing, and that's something that they should do. And unfortunately, I think we're only getting, like, I will guarantee you Koeman is just going to be Koeman like that for he looks like the manager Koeman, even for his baby card. Guardiola, probably the same thing. I think we're only going to get that again for the marquee players. So Zidane will get 3 proper representations on the field. Dino, because they did it a couple years ago, we'll just get those same Dino at least we get them, right? I just hope, man, whether or not they release them later on in the year, they need to have all of the represented cards actually match up, man. No more 50-year-old Patrick Vieira is showing for his baby card. 50-year-old Patrick Kluivert showing for his baby card. That stuff is so lazy. It's asinine. You guys have enough people working within those departments to get that pushed out on a year-to-year basis. I mean, it's kind of dumb that you have 3 cards, but then on the field, for most of the icons, it's just one look for every single one. So, apologies that I completely went over that for so long, but I think that is another thing that this is 2 years straight now of me asking for, and I'm sure most of the community would agree. Maybe not on the highest part of the priority list. Of course, you want gameplay to be good, service to be good. I hope that you guys have a high enough IQ in the comment section that you don't sit there and say, oh my god, like, stop complaining about that stuff. The only thing that's important is gameplay. Yes, you're right. Those are the prioritized things, but just because those are priority doesn't mean we can't talk about things that are still important to the value of the game. Another thing, default boots. I hope we don't get terrible default boots this year. Promising is, I'm going to show you guys real quick. We'll end it with this. Promising is the video they did release with Zidane. Unfortunately, I can't play the music because of course. Oh God! It's just gonna get copywritten. But this Zidane, if you look closely, has his Predators. He does have his Predators on the card. So maybe this year Dino will have his Nike gold boots. Oh well, that Zidane definitely did not have. Oh, I mean, they just proved it within their own. See, that's the other card's dynamic player. So even for baby Zidane, they don't actually have the Zidane with a full head of hair. Disappointing. I'm a nerd, but disappointing. I know a lot of people might not look at that and be annoyed by that, but to me, see, that's sick. You get the Zidane with the crazy bald spot, you know, but the slightly shorter hair. Please, the 98 Zidane, give me the priest look. You know that, like, I can't remember if it's like a Mormon priest, like back in like the medieval times, you know, with a huge bald spot and like the thick hair around it. Please let his prime card have that. I haven't really paid attention to this video, so let me see. Is it gonna be that? Please. See, he's got modern day. They did it. So at least for the big dog one, he's gonna be running around the field with the huge bald spot. I love that. How I'm gonna be so shocked if other people wouldn't love to see that, man. That's so great, man. We have Dino flying around on the field with his crazy hair, and then Zidane with his bald patch, and then Johan Cruyff with his beautiful flowing locks, and Ruud Gullit with his puffy hair. Dude, I'm such a nerd, but I'm so excited by that, man. I really, 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 really am hyped about that, dudes. So that makes me feel yeah, that makes me feel really good about that. So I'm hyped. I want to see all the players. I don't want just me to be happy watching. Oh, well, there's a Drogba with short hair though, so that's a good sign already. Maybe not. No, that looks pretty standard. Oh God, give it to me. I love it. Yes. Yeah. So I mean, he kind of does look a little bit different, but I don't know if it's because he's standing. So that's the one that I'm super stoked on, of course. This one does have the shorter hair, and maybe they did try and do something with this guy's hair. I'm not sure. I think now we're splitting CUNT hairs, if you will, which is all good. And then as an update for you guys as well, one of the communication heads of communication, Corey just tweeted, says, pretty crazy weekend. As far as we can see, all leaked FIFA 20 videos and accounts have been from internal staff who mistakenly uploaded FIFA content to their live account, which in turn put out content that wasn't meant to go live. Okay. Interesting. So, really? Okay, cool. So all of that content that was compiled and published all over YouTube, and there you go. This is exactly why I honestly think those YouTubers and content creators and game changers that started posting videos about the leaks and stuff are gonna get in big trouble, man. Because of that. Like, it was mistaken uploads, let's say. So they broke NDA completely. Now, that's the one thing. Number two, though, kind of interesting. I do see where they're coming from there, but this whole Gibraltar Spain thing, I'm interested in digging a little bit deeper. So to end this all for you guys, obviously the FIFA 20 news has got me super hyped. Few little issues here and there that I've already covered ad infinitum, so we'll leave it at that. But what do you guys think? You guys think there's people running around Spain with full copies of FIFA 20? Or are you guys going with the understanding that it was EA staff that uploaded the content without really knowing? I'm going to leave it on that bombshell. So I love you, dudes. I'll try and cover any type of FIFA 20 news that comes out when we get it. I appreciate you all. God bless you all. And until next time, I guess we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace.